What is going on, guys? It's Rob from Heroes Avenue. Happy Monday. Hope you guys all had a great weekend. We have a lot of DC topics to talk about in this video. I'm really excited. We're going to be talking about Black Adam, Margot Robbie, and what she had to say about the DCEU continuity, and possibly Ben Affleck returning in The Flash. So before we get into those cool topics, a couple things. Please do like the video, subscribe to the channel. It really does help us out. And before we get into the main topics, I did want to address the issue of fan toxicity in the fandom post-Snyder Cut. And the reason why I want to talk about that is because this is not on the main list here, but Darkseid himself, Ray Porter, had this to say on Twitter, and it really kind of broke my heart when I read it. And it's been really something I've noticed on social media as of late. He says, "Wow, so I did a thing because it was to raise money for AFSP. Only reason I did it. Apparently there's a problem for some. That's a problem for some. I never listened to my friends' warnings about interacting with fans, but my friends were right, and from now on, I will heed their advice." So, very, very disturbing thing to read. But what he's referring to, if you guys don't already know, is the fact that I do believe this is what the source is, because he's going to be voicing Darkseid in a motion comic come to life, and I think that's a lot of people coming together, and they're going to be getting people like cast members from Zack Snyder's Justice League, as well as fans even, to voice Zack Snyder's storyboards and bring them to life. And I do believe the Four Nerds were a part of bringing this to fruition. So shout out to you guys at the Four Nerds. But going off topic right now, Ray Porter is going to voice and reprise his role as Darkseid in this motion comic come to life. But there was a lot of fans who felt the need to attack Ray Porter for possibly hurting the Snyder Cut movement or the Restore the Snyder Cut movement because he's participating in this. The way of thinking is, if you start to do this and bring this motion comic to life, you're essentially sealing the fate of the Snyder Cut or the Snyder movement, and we're never going to get it Justice League 2 and 3. So they felt the need to really go after him in such a horrible way on social media. And now you guys are not going to be able to interact with Darkseid himself on Twitter because you guys had some beef with what he had to do in that regard. And I really think that's unfortunate. So guys, try to be better online. If you guys, it's comic book movies, and we love them, but there's bigger things out there in the world to do, and Ray Fisher was trying to support a great cause by lending his voice. And just want to say, be better online, guys. If you guys are part of the people who are doing that, it's not too late to change. Anyways, let's get on to the first topic of the day. So the first topic of the day is boom. So The Rock himself, Black Adam, we got another suit reveal. Up till now, all we've gotten was him in a cloak and him talking about his training routine. But now we actually have an image that he posted onto Instagram, and let's pull that up right here. Here's that image. It's Black Adam from the back on set. Of course, there's no cape, but you can see a little bit of detail. Let's see if we can zoom in. I don't have the screen opened up wide enough to zoom in. But anyways, let's take a look at what he had to say. Oh. He had to say, "This image of Black Adam from behind gives you a tactile sense of the absolute massive scale and size of our movie. You also see a little of intricate and beautiful textured detail of Black Adam's bodysuit. This is not your typical DC or Marvel padded suit." Taking shots at Marvel. He says, "And finally you get a glimpse of the enormous and appropriate destruction. As we all know, superheroes have a code of justice and don't kill the bad guys, but Black Adam does. The hierarchy of power in the DC universe is changing." Finally, he changes that quote a little bit. "Anti-hero, man in black, protector of his people, hashtag Black Adam." Ooh, okay, here we go. Now I can zoom in just a bit, and there you can see the details on his suit. Ooh, I'm loving this, and it totally feels like he is a part of the DC universe, and some would say creating his own universe, because there's not a huge sense of continuity between this movie and Black Adam. Again, I don't want to get too far off topic here. The thing that a lot of people did online, and I think is pretty awesome, is someone did this edit right here, and it puts "Never Give Up Hope," and it shows him versus Superman. Of course, The Rock has talked so long about showing up against Superman and not really talked a lot about Shazam at all, even though he's producing it. So who knows when Shazam 2 finally drops? Maybe we'll get more of that. But anyways, I'm getting off topic again. Black Adam's suit, as you can tell, he took shots at both Marvel and DC movies and heroes in general, because look at that suit. It is not padded at all. That is all The Rock's suit. And if you guys have been following The Rock's posts on social media, he's been meticulously posting about his training routine, his incredibly strict diet, and literally this final week of shooting for Black Adam is his peak week. Literally, this final week of shooting, they're probably filming some of the most intense stuff, some of the stuff that requires him to be the most jacked. They're probably going to shoot a lot of slow motion scenes and possibly him with ripping his shirt off at some point, because this is apparently his peak week. And if you know anyone in the bodybuilding community, most people cannot stay at the lowest percent of body fat year long. You peak at some point, and normally you peak towards your show or whatever event you're getting ready for. And this is The Rock's peak week right now. He's looking at his best right now for this final week, and then he can slowly reverse diet back to a manageable weight where he can continue to gain more muscle and train for his next role again. So it really is intense and grueling. And if you again look at his posts online, you see him up at 3 a.m. to start his cardio, fasted cardio. Not like that's necessary, but for him it works. So fasted cardio, and then his meticulous training days, his cheat days, he posts that all online. And I'm so excited to see the front of this suit and the whole suit in general, and especially The Rock with his special effects. This is going to be awesome. So this is quickly becoming one of my most anticipated DC movies. I was on a live stream the other day, and I can't remember if Black Adam was my number one I put, but it's quickly becoming something I'm most excited about. So let me know what you guys think of this potential suit reveal from Black Adam. Let me know in the comments down below. I am hyped. So let's move on to Margot Robbie and her quotes. I didn't pull up the article. I literally just got off of work, guys. But I didn't pull up the article, but I did find the quote that a lot of people are talking about online, and it basically tells us what we already knew, and for some people apparently it's a surprise. So let's bring it up. Boom, right here. It says, this is a quote from her, and I'm assuming she's doing press for the Suicide Squad. It says, each movie is its own thing. That works in the comics, and that works in the DC film world as well. It's not like Marvel, where everything is linked in a more linear way. It feels more like there's adjacent films happening at the same time, like the comics. Okay, so first things first, let's address the fact that most of us who've been following DC already knew that this was the case post Zack Snyder. I say post Zack Snyder because for some reason the people at Warner Brothers just want to slap a multiverse sticker over everything, and that fixes all of their continuity problems, because they had no plan. Zack Snyder had a plan, but they deviated from that plan. They altered that plan, and it's all they're doing. And they just want to slap a multiverse band-aid over everything. And unfortunately, that's what we're dealing with right now. So not a big surprise that she's saying this. And I think she's saying this because especially Suicide Squad is just going to continue. Maybe change some things where James Gunn wanted to change. And yeah, that's no big surprise on my part. So if you guys were surprised about that, or if this comment bothers you, I'm curious to see what you guys think about it. Let me know in the comments down below. Again, I think it's just a way for DC to fix everything with just the multiverse band-aid, right? And speaking of the multiverse band-aid, we're going to move on to our third topic, and it has to do with Ben Affleck. It's of course going to continue. The Flash will of course continue the story of Zack Snyder's Ben Affleck. Of course, probably not in the way Zack Snyder would have done it, but nevertheless, it is the same character. And a lot of questions of why Andy Muschietti has not yet revealed the Batfleck Batman logo, and we finally got maybe a possible answer about why. It's because Ben Affleck hasn't been there yet, hasn't had time to shoot anything yet, and most recently there is pictures of him boarding a flight, taking a break from J-Lo. We all know that Ben and J-Lo are a thing again, and they've been inseparable, and she's apparently incredibly happy. But here he is boarding a flight, and a lot of people are thinking he's finally going to go ahead and shoot his scenes for The Flash. And he does look to be in Batman shape, or better shape than he was previously, at least. Not previously in his in Zack Snyder's movies, but previously post Zack Snyder's movies is what I'm talking about. But he does seem to be in great shape now. And yeah, no surprise on my end. I do think we'll get a logo reveal, and I do think he will play a somewhat prominent role in this movie. Some people think it was just going to be a cameo. I think it'll be a little bit more. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. How big of a role do you think Ben Affleck will be in The Flash? And do you think he will have the door open for him in the future? Let me know what you guys think if you got this far in this video. Thank you guys. I really appreciate it. Please do have a great night. Take care. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.